Kia ora, Jave in his class. I would like to thank Jave for this opportunity to do a tutorial on haka. Haka is an ancient war dance performed by the Māori people, and many other islands of the Pacific also perform their own interpretations of a war dance, especially in Samoa, Tonga, Fiji, all over the South Pacific. Even in Hawaii they have their interpretation of a haka. A haka was seen as an act of challenging. Preparing themselves for war was the ancient meaning of a haka. It also was seen as an act of love or respect when performed for family, deceased members of the family, and also for the people. So you may have seen the All Blacks that perform the kamate haka. They do that as a sign of respect for their opponent, and to lay down the challenge to go to war essentially. And they perform it to call upon their ancestors and to invoke that strength that they need to win the game or to win the war. In modern times, the haka in this haka I'm going to perform, Toia mai te waka. This haka can be performed at 21st birthdays, weddings, or any special occasion. It's also performed at a funeral. In a funeral it has a different kind of meaning though, because bit of background on this haka. Anciently it was when a new tribe or a voyaging tribe would go to a new land, they would chant this to haul their canoe to shore and to rest it there on the shore as they go explore that new land and are welcomed on by that tribe that originally lived there. So in the haka you will see in the words, it's representing taking a canoe to its resting place. So essentially with a funeral, it represents taking the body or the coffin to its resting place and helping the spirit go on its eternal journey back to Hawaii or the promised land. Essentially it's heaven. So this haka is also performed in a sacred place called a marae, which is a sacred meeting house in New Zealand. Many different tribes and families have their own marae, and all have different actions to this haka according to what their whānau have passed down throughout the generations. So in a marae it represents welcoming the guests or the manuhiri onto that sacred place, bringing those guests, their people, where they're from, or their canoe, onto that place. So that's essentially what the whole haka means. It's a simple haka, and that's the reason I've chosen it, because it's probably one of the easiest to learn. Okay, so I'll go through the words. I'll send these words through to Jave, so he can go through it with you. Quick rundown on the vowels though. When you're pronouncing words, just remember how you pronounce the vowels in Māori. So in English, it would be A-E-I-O-U. In Māori, it's A, E, I, O, U. So when you come to any word, that's how you can spell it out, or that's how you can sound it out. So we also have two other consonants, which is ngā, which is NG, and then we have fa, which is WH. So that's a little rundown on that for you all. In a haka we have two parts. We have the leader's part, which is the kaya, or we have the ropu's part, which is the group. According to what the leader calls out, would depend on the response from the group. So I'll give you both parts. Okay, so the leader in this haka, Toia mai te waka, he goes, hei runga, hei raro. So that's calling out his troops, preparing them for the haka that's about to happen, preparing them for the challenge that's about to be laid down. And the group will say, he, ha, he, ha. Then the leader will call out, a toia mai. So a toia mai, which means drag it here. The group then will say te waka. Pretty simple, te waka, which means the canoe. The leader then will say ki te urunga, which means to the entry. Then the group will say again te waka, which means the canoe. Then the leader will say ki te moinga. Moinga, that's where the na comes in, moinga. And that means to the berth. Now a berth, for those that don't know, is a ship's allotted place in a wharf or dock. So essentially it's where a canoe rests, or where the ship rests, while the crew are going about their business on land. Okay, so then the group will say te waka. Then everyone, the group and the leader will say ki te takoto rungai takoto ai te waka, which means up to the resting place, set it down. And then at the end of every haka we go he. Now for men, the hands are open on the hips, he. The women, they have fists, because they like to shake their hips like this. But so the women are like that, and the men are like that. And he just means yeah. So it's just he. That's it. It's over. It's the finish. So I'll send these words through to Javert, and a little bit about what I've spoken about, the history of this haka. It's not too much to it. Like I said, every family or whānau and every different tribe has their different interpretations of this haka. I hope you enjoy. I'm about to perform the haka for you. I'll do the best I can to make it enjoyable for you all. I'd like to thank Javert for this opportunity to do this tutorial. I hope it's up to his standards, and enjoy. Hei runga, hei raro, hi ha, a toia mai, te waka ki te runga, te waka ki te moenga, te waka ki te takoto rungai, takoto ai, te waka, hei, blah! So, hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, different tribes and family have different actions. So depending where you're from will depend how you perform the haka. The haka I just performed was the actions my father taught me. And there's many variations. God bless you all, and hope you enjoyed.